This video today is for anybody who's been thinking about or has thought about or is considering becoming a public adjuster. I'm going to tell you how long it takes and some of the steps you need to take in order to become a public adjuster. What's up, advocates, and welcome back to another episode of the Commercial Claims Show. I am your host, Vince Perri, owner and CEO of Elite Resolutions, a public adjusting firm. And today I'm going to tell you how long it takes to become a public adjuster and some of the things that you have to do to become a public adjuster. But before we get into it, make sure that you subscribe and hit subscribe in this channel. Make sure you hit the bell as well so you can be notified about our show every single Wednesday with new and exciting content. Also go on commercialclaimsadvocate.com. But before that, follow us on social media. But go on commercialclaimsadvocate.com where you can check out all of our online courses. You can check out when we have our next live course. You can check out all of our meetups that we do around the country. And you can just check out some really good information. You can download our free ebook. So if you're watching this video, you want to get that free ebook because it's really good for you guys who are just starting out in your career. It's some of the things that we're going to be going over right now. So let's get that started, right? Shall we do it? Listen up, advocates. Whether you're a public adjuster, contractor, or an attorney, if you have a client that has suffered any kind of catastrophic loss, whether that be by fire or storm or just any catastrophic loss that requires your client to have to move out and incur ALE and loss of use coverage, you need to think about looking at Black Diamond Services. This is an incredible idea for a service that I think is extremely valuable, and I've actually personally used for my clients myself. Basically, what they do is they provide all of the necessary money that is needed to be done for the homeowner to go and move to another place, whether that be a hotel or another home or whatever it is. They basically bill through their insurance policy's loss of use coverage, and basically they provide financial assistance so that the insured never has to incur any out-of-pocket expenses. It's an amazing service. I love the people at Black Diamond Services, especially Millie Varela. If you just contact her and contact Black Diamond Services, I'm telling you, they're going to take care of your clients like you wouldn't believe. I personally have a client who suffered a fire damage and had to use their ALE coverage, and all we did was refer them to Black Diamond. Our clients did not have to come out of pocket a single penny. Black Diamond provided all of the financial money, and they provided the actual location for the homeowner to stay. Amazing service. Contact Black Diamond Services today so you could find out more information for yourself. So the simple question is, how long does it take to become a public adjuster? It really doesn't take that long. I would say the where it takes the longest is really on the front end. It's just studying for the course, okay, for the exam. The exam is not easy, okay, and we're going to come out with a video where there's another video that we'll be able to give you some of the good licensing courses where you could study for it, but you want to make sure that you find a good licensing course where you could basically get all the study material that you need. It's been a while since I did it, but I believe I scheduled the exam first. So you want to schedule the exam a couple months out, okay? Because again, it's a lot of material. Find a good licensing course that you could not only learn the material, but you could take practice exams, okay? That right there is probably going to take you, I would say, at least a month. At least a month you have to study, guys. I would actually recommend anywhere between 1 and 2 months. And the way I did it is I would basically start with just about an hour a day. And as I got closer to the exam, I would do 2 and 3 hours a day. But I always split it 50-50 between studying the course material and taking practice questions. My wife is a very, very intelligent person, much, much smarter than I am. She's a licensed board certified pharmacy oncologist. I mean, there's nobody better in school. And some of the best advice she gave me when I was studying for the Texas exam was just take practice questions. Just take as many practice questions as you can. I mean, that's the best advice I can give you. As a matter of fact, I split it 50-50. I would even tell you go 75% practice exams and 25% studying the material, because when you're taking the practice exam, every question that you get right or wrong, it should give you an explanation as to why that answer is what it is. So you're already studying the course material at the same time, and at the same time you're actually getting better. Like playing a sport, you're actually getting better at taking the exam questions. You're getting used to the wording and how it's all written, and you're going to see a lot of the same questions over and over again. I'm kind of getting off topic, that I would say you could start off with a month of studying minimum. After that, you take the exam and hopefully you pass the exam. And I say hopefully because I just had a guy right now who's coming to work on the team, but before he could come and work for us, he needs to pass this exam. And he has been an independent adjuster for over 8 years. And he was confident. He knows this stuff like the back of his hand. This stuff is easy. I'm going to pass this exam with no problem. Well, guess what? He failed the exam. And I tell you that because this is coming from somebody who failed the Florida exam the first time he took it, failed the California exam the first time he took it, but I passed the Texas exam the first time I took it because of the fact that I focused so much on taking the practice questions. So I say hopefully pass it because after at least a month of studying, you pass it. After you pass it, there's going to be some requirements that you have to do. You have to do some fingerprints. You have to be subject to a background check, and you probably have to do some you have to also do a bond, okay? Remember, we have another video where we talk about making sure that you get a bond. You do have to apply for a bond as well. It's not really a difficult application. And again, that only takes about 24 hours, 48 hours to really complete. But then they have to actually send you the confirmation by mail. My bond place we don't do anything online. They want the actual handwritten stuff. So I actually have to handwrite it, sign it, submit it. And then so it takes 3 or 4 days for that. Then another 3 or 4 days for that to receive. So then we have the bond. We've got the pass license, the fingerprints. That takes some time too. You have to schedule the appointment with the place to do the fingerprinting. And then once you get the fingerprinting done, then they have to send you the confirmation that all is good and you're not a criminal. So I would say all in all, and then I'm going to get to actually the most complicated part, is finding a place to work. I do not recommend, if you are just starting out in this industry, starting your own firm. Okay. First of all, in Florida, you actually have to do an apprenticeship for 6 months or be self-appointed for 1 year. So already in Florida, it's a minimum of 6 months before you become a fully licensed public adjuster. That's just in Florida. So in Florida, minimum 6 months. So that's on top of having to take the exam. That's on top of getting your fingerprints and all that stuff and getting the bond 6 months before you become a fully licensed public adjuster. If you don't find a firm, it's 1 year self-appointed to become a fully licensed public adjuster. So Florida people, it's a little bit more strict for us. We've got a lot of public adjusters in this area. We have a lot of hurricanes, a lot of windstorms. So, it's a little bit more time. They make it a little bit more difficult. So Florida, 6 months to a year. Every other place that I know of, I do not believe an apprenticeship is required. If I am wrong, please comment below because I would love to know what states do require an apprenticeship. But from my experience and someone who's licensed in North Carolina, California, Texas, and Louisiana, you do not have to do the apprenticeship. You just have to take the exam, get the fingerprints done, get the bond, and you're a licensed public adjuster. But I would say make sure before you really get up and running, make sure you'll seek some mentorship, okay? I would suggest, not because I know it's a plug for my own stuff, but I would suggest you take our course because we're going to teach you the claims process from A to Z, everything you need to know, all the avenues that the claim goes, so on and so forth. And find a mentor. We also provide mentorship and group consulting. It's called our Advocates United Inner Circle. I would strongly recommend that you get some information on that and consider doing that. So I would say our title of our course, of our video here is how long does it take to become a public adjuster? In Florida, 6 months to a year. Everywhere else, probably about 2 months if you include study time. But I would say you want to go at least an additional year after that, okay? Working under some other public adjusting firm, getting some mentorship, taking some courses before you could really feel comfortable starting your own firm. So maybe the title of this video should have been, how long does it take to own my own public adjusting firm? I would give it at least 1 to 3 years, if not more than that. And again, take this from somebody who worked under someone else for 12 years before starting my own firm. Because when you find the right person, you find the right partnership, you find something that is synergy, it's okay to have to give up a percentage, okay? It is okay. So I should make another video. We'll make another video on the percentages and the splits and everything like that. So that's what I got, guys. Shorter video this week. I just really wanted to answer just a very common question that we see all the time is how long does it take to become a public adjuster? That's pretty much it. It's not that complicated, but it's not that easy either. And again, not only is it hard to pass the exam, but it's also you have to pass a background check. So it's not just anybody off the street is going to be a licensed and certified public adjuster. So that's what we got, guys. Thank you so much for watching this one or for listening to it on Spotify. We are also on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Podcasts. We also have our Claims Game podcast, but all of these videos are there as well. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Hit that bell. Every Wednesday we got a new show for you guys. Make sure you go on commercialclaimsadvocate.com, where you can find out so much more information about what we're doing. And if you are just starting out, or you're a public adjuster or an independent adjuster and you want to make the switch, feel free to look us up, eliteresolutions.com, where you can find more information about our firm and what we can provide you. So thank you guys very much. Have yourself a wonderful day and a kick-ass week. We'll see you next week. Later.